So how many of you were here last time I spoke? Raise your hand. All right, don't forget I gave you a homework assignment. Do you remember? Oh, shoot. I forgot what it was. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you stand up and recite anything. I gave you the homework assignment of calling silent unity, so that still stands, but I won't grade you this time. So today, our talk title is The Gift of Love, the gift of love, and we lit the Advent candle for love today. And love can come in many forms, right? Yes? Yeah, okay. So since I saw you last, the things we do for love and the things we do for our family, right? So we have our youngest daughter turned 18, who happens to be here this morning. Woo! Big deal. And so we were trying to decide, what are we going to get her for her 18th birthday that's so different and unique? And so, no, we're not there yet. No, instead we decided, let's go swim with sharks. Okay, she loves sharks. So we went to a local theme park, and you have an opportunity, if you pay the right amount of money, to swim with sharks. And so we paid for two of us to do that, and that would be me and her. And so, yes, the things we do for love. So you have to put on this wetsuit that covers everything. Now, it's not a form-fitting wetsuit. It's got plenty of room in the wetsuit, and then you have to put on black gloves, and then you have to put on black boots, so everybody, they say, looks the same. Now, I thought about it later, and I thought, are we like killer whales? Is that what it is? That maybe they won't come near us because we look like big killer whales or something? I don't know. And you get in this tank, and they tell you, just float. Like you have a snorkel and mask, just float. And if you're still enough, they might come close to you. There was about 16 sharks in the tank, nurse sharks, black-tipped shark, little bonnet shark, some round-nosed shark, I have no idea what it is, and a zebra shark. And so we get in there, and, I'm floating, and I'm thinking, what am I doing? I love you. I love you. And I have no problem staying still, right? That's not an issue. In fact, I wasn't even going to put my arms out because why tempt fate, right? So I just held on to my life vest like this. And I was real still, and it was, awesome. This shark came up to me, like within right here, and looked at me, made eye contact, and kept swimming. And I was like, the love of awe. The love of awe and the love of God. What am I doing here? But it was the most incredible thing, right? To just be floating and have this sea creature that you only hear bad things about come by and look and go, wow, what are you? It was beautiful. The love of awe, the love of nature. Now later, when I saw the pictures that they took from the top down, like they took from an aerial perspective, I was not in love with the backside that had filled with water, and now I look like a floating, Michelin man or something. I don't know. So anytime I showed the picture to somebody, I always cropped that end out, right? But the things we do for love, yeah, it was wonderful. Wonderful thing, and she had a great time. And so, here we are about 12 days from Christmas. If you count yesterday, it is 12 days from Christmas. And we start this journey of love. So Joseph and Mary started their journey to Bethlehem. 12 days, 90 miles that they were going to walk in a climate that was not the best, right? So they were in a climate of heavy taxation and political unrest and tension between the Jewish people wanting to be free and the government. And so here they are, they get on, and they're going to go 12 days and 90 miles on pack animals, which today we may call donkeys. We'll go with donkeys or something. A pack animal. 12 days and 90 miles. That's like riding a donkey to St. Augustine. Can you imagine that? 90 miles from here is St. Augustine. And 90 miles in the west is St. Petersburg, which if you rode a donkey to St. Petersburg, you'd probably get there quicker because of the I-4 traffic. So, that may not be a bad thing. But Joseph showed his love for Mary because here he is, he's getting everything together. He helps get the animals all packed up. Remember, she's 9 months pregnant. So he's packing everything. He's getting ready for their trip, And he also has to deal with maybe a little bit of side comments, right, because of her situation. And so maybe there were still some people out there making comments about them. But here he is. He shows his love for Mary, and despite that, he gets them ready for the journey. Now, most likely they went with family. So imagine 12 days, 90 miles on a donkey with your relatives, right? So the relatives go. And then here's Mary, 9 months pregnant, sitting on a donkey. Probably having fake contractions, I don't know, back pain, but they loved God. And they decided that they were going to endure this journey together. And ultimately, at the end of the 12 days, we have the birth of Jesus. 12 days, 10 to 12 days, 90 miles, they went. And 2,000 years later or plus, we're still telling the story. Love through the journey. Love for each other, love for their baby, love for God. It was a journey of love. And then we get to the birth. Now, Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, teaches that the birth of Jesus is the birth of Christ consciousness. So Charles believed in the 12 powers. We've learned about those. One of them is love. And that these 12 powers were actually inherent or given at the creation. And then these 12 powers, love being one of them, permeate all the way from the creation story to where we are today. They're innate. That's an energy within you. What happens over time, though, is that they learn or think they are separated. In Unity, we would call this degeneration, to separate. To believe at the time that God was a God of commandment, a God of war, a God of sacrifice, a God of laws, and the only people that can access God are those that could interpret the messages or the laws that he gave. That's what they were dealing with. But we have the birth of Jesus. Now, whether you believe in the real physical birth or you believe in the symbolic birth, what happens in that time, at moment in time, with the birth, is the birth of what we would call in Unity of Christ consciousness. The Christ is born in all of us. Now, here's the thing. We call this regeneration. We were never separated. Mentally, our ego, in layers upon layers of cultural things, we believed we were. But the reality is, love is innate, and it's in you. Thank you. Let's do that together. Love is in you. Amen. Yes. And God is in you. You see, that's what made Jesus' teaching so different. He said, don't listen to them. God is in you already. The kingdom of God is within you. God is in you. God is love. He taught love of neighbor, love of strangers, love of children, love of women. Love is through his entire messages, right? Love ascends all and is accessible to all. You believe that? Yes. Yes. So the ability to connect to Christ consciousness, that is what we teach here at Unity, right? We don't teach that you need someone else. It's already there. It's in you. We see it in our 5 principles. Whether you read the principles as they are, the 5 Unity principles, or you see a message behind the principles. So, for example, principle number 1, God is everywhere present. God is everywhere present. Love dissolves separation, affirming that God is present. You agree? Yeah. Yes. We don't always see it. One day we feel it, the next day we don't. See, that's the journey. So you take Mary and Joseph's physical journey and symbolically see that they went 12 days, 90 miles over rough terrain in pain, in fear possibly, in doubt, maybe a little shame. But they held on to the love. Love for each other, love for the child, and love for God's message. And whatever love was driving them to that point. See, that's what happens in our lives. That's metaphysical teachings. That we just get through the pain, we keep going because we know underneath it all is love. Step 2, or principle number 2, that we are divine children of God, or awareness that our divine guidance is love awakening. So again, Charles would look at the Bible and he says, the Bible is evolution of our souls. So if it's evolution of our souls, then this journey that we're on, we are evolving. And it's coming from within. When we choose compassion, number 3, we change reality. What we think becomes our reality. Right? Every loving choice creates a ripple effect. It creates a ripple effect. You know, the loving choice from love to get in with sharks. But man, when I told that story to others, they were just like, wow. In fact, it inspired somebody in this room to actually go swim with the sharks. Oh no, they chose the dolphins, never mind. You'll have to figure out who that is later. 4, loving others is prayer in action. That's what love is, prayer in action. Right? Love is not passive. It's moving through and into the world. Moving through and into the world. Right? And 5, awe, the love of awe. I love this. And you sit out there and you see a sunrise or a sunset or the nature, or to know that something created the sharks just as they created us. That they have their own ecosystem that they're going through, right? The love of awe. I mean, I don't know about you, but there's times that I've sat, especially if we went out west and we're looking at the mountains, and I'm just like, oh, I just want to go, ah, yeah, because we don't see mountains in Florida, so it was a novel thing to see real mountains. And I want to give a word of comfort. I know that sometimes this can be difficult for people, and this time of year can be difficult. And maybe you're struggling a little bit. And so I would just encourage you to know that Jesus said it is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Reach out to somebody. Call Silent Unity. Reach out to somebody. And if you know somebody who's struggling, reach out. That's love in nature. Love in neighbor. So, when you came in this morning, you were given probably a card. If you weren't given a card that looks like this, go ahead and raise your hand so the ushers can get you one. But pull out this card. Okay? Everybody have one? Okay. I think we're missing one. Okay. So again, homework. But this one is good. I mean, it's all good homework. It's all good homework. Mary and Joseph's physical journey took 12 days, 90 miles. That was about 7.5 miles a day, if you divide it up. And we're about 12 days away. If you count yesterday's 12, today's 11. So we're very close. Everybody have their card? This is my gift to you. If you want to get this card, this is electronically or something, feel free to email the church and they will email me and I'll get it sent to you. But 90 miles, 12 days of spiritual practice and spiritual journey. Again, it's 7.5 miles a day. So you can consider it 7.5 miles of inner progress. I offer to you a walk toward Bethlehem, 12-day devotional journey. It's a checklist for those of you who like checklists. I like boxes. I like little checklists. Each day you practice this moves you closer to Bethlehem in the consciousness of Christ and in the consciousness of Bethlehem itself, where love is born. So if you take 7.5 miles and we turn that into 7.5 minutes, that's all it takes. Now you may already have a practice that you do every day. That's fine. You can continue that. But think about devoting 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes of your day to a spiritual practice, whatever that may be. And so if you look on the first day, it says day 1, setting out in faith. The physical journey is Mary and Joseph began their 90-mile trek. The spiritual practice. Begin with the intention to write or speak your commitment to walk these 12 days with devotion. And then a prayer. Spirit, guide my steps as I begin this pilgrimage of love. Let's say that together, the prayer together. Together, Spirit, guide my steps as I begin this pilgrimage of love. Now you can check that off. You finished one day already. Look at that. And it didn't take 7.5 minutes. That was because this was yesterday's homework. Now I got to do today's. So guess what, people? You're on day 2. Companionship and care. I'm going to just read that one. The physical journey, Joseph supports Mary with tenderness. The spiritual practice, offer compassion, perform one act of kindness or encouragement. This is not hard. And the prayer, may my love be expressed in service today. Let's say that together. May my love be expressed in service today. What you see is an expression of love, of service. And in service, as we have our tech team in the back, our greeters in the front, our volunteers, hospitality, the band, love of service, and love in service. So I'd like you to take each time or each day, this is here for your, if you'd like, put it on your refrigerator, wherever you are. Take the walk to Bethlehem. And know that the 3 Advent topics, faith, hope, and love, are in you. Next week is joy. They're an 8. They are already there. They were already there. 90 miles is the distance of love embodied. 90 miles is the distance of love embodied. 12 days is the rhythm of love practiced. 12 days. Get into a rhythm of love practice. And 7.5 minutes to go on a journey into your Christ consciousness. The gift of love is complete. So let's prepare for meditation. Take a deep breath and release. And if you're new to Unity, this is a time that we just close our eyes and reflect on what a message or the topic that you heard today. This is a moment where we pause. And we just allow the lesson to absorb into ourselves and into our body. Take another deep breath. Relaxing the shoulders, release. And relaxing the body. To the best of your ability, just allow your body to fall into a natural place. You don't need to try and hold yourself up. The body knows what to do. So this is a time that we just take our thoughts and we move into our heart space. Take another deep breath and release. As we envision walking through a journey of love. If it helps you to visualize a candle, a path, the mountains, or ocean, I invite you to do that. If you just like to sit quietly and quiet the mind and come to the love of heart, that's perfect too. And so we honor the journey. We honor our own journey. We know how far we've come as we reflect back in our lives. Whether we knew it or not, love permeated all. God's love, the energy of creation, from the beginning to today. Divine presence in our lives. As we peel back layers upon layers of letting go of ego, old frameworks that do not serve us, and walking each day on this path till we find that connection, till we refine it day after day after day. We give ourselves the gift of love, the love of self, the love of soul, and the love of spirit. So we're just going to take a moment in silence as we just breathe into the awe. And take a deep breath and release. And today, make a commitment to yourself. Make a commitment to love. To take the next 12 days, each day taking 7.5 minutes to you, a devotion to you, as you walk towards Bethlehem. Go deeper into your Christ consciousness. Look for the messages. As you bring yourself back into this space and place, become aware of the person next to you, that you share a love for each other, a love of neighbor, a love of teacher, a love of friend. And just be embodied into that feeling. Stop for one moment and recognize that God is in you, accessible to you, and is open to possibilities and loves you dearly. And so as you bring yourself back and you're relaxing, you become aware of your body, of this room. I honor all of you with the gift of love. And so it is. Amen.